What if one element could power the world for 1,000 years and expose every secret we've ever kept? We look at the moon and think we know it, but half of it has never seen sunlight, and right now, China is there, mining something called helium-3, a resource that could fuel limitless energy and shatter the foundations of modern computing. So the real question isn't why they're on the moon, it's what happens when they win. Think about your life, the device you're watching this on, the lights in your home, the internet that connects you to everything. The entire global economy is built on a foundation of energy. America, Europe, China, India, we're all scrambling. We fight over oil, we invest billions in wind and solar, we search for the next great source of power, because our current methods are dirty, limited, or politically volatile. The problem feels unsolvable, our demand keeps growing, and our solutions can't keep up. We are a civilization staring at a ticking clock. But what if I told you the solution isn't on Earth? What if the key to powering human civilization for thousands of years isn't buried in some desert or deep under the ocean, but is sitting on the moon, just waiting to be collected? This is helium-3. It sounds like science fiction, but it's real. On Earth, helium-3 is incredibly rare. Our atmosphere and magnetic field shields us from it. An ounce of the stuff would cost you a fortune. The business case for using it here, it just doesn't work. But the moon is different. The moon has no atmosphere. For billions of years, it has been bombarded by solar winds, which are packed with helium-3. The lunar soil is saturated with it. Scientists estimate there are over 1 million tons of helium-3 locked in the moon's soil. Let's put that number in perspective. If we could mine the moon for helium-3, we could power the entire world at our current level of electricity use for thousands of years. This isn't a minor energy source. This is the equivalent of finding an entire new planet's worth of fuel. It's the ultimate clean energy. A nuclear fusion reaction using helium-3 produces no radioactive waste. It's the Holy Grail. And China knows it. They've said it in their own white papers. The head of their lunar exploration program has publicly stated the moon has more than 1 million tons of helium-3. They're not hiding their ambition. They are, however, hiding their activity. Why the far side? Why is China operating in the one place on the moon we cannot see from Earth? It's a quirk of orbital mechanics. The moon's rotation matches its orbit, so we only ever see one face. That far side is perpetually out of view. Unless we have a constellation of satellites around the moon itself, we're blind over there. This isn't a coincidence, it's a strategic masterstroke. While NASA talks about returning astronauts to the moon with the Artemis program, China is already there with robots. They landed the Chang'e 4 probe on the far side in 2019, a world first. They followed it with Chang'e 5 and 6, which collected samples and returned them to Earth. In those samples, Chinese scientists discovered a new mineral. They named it Chang'e, and it contains that precious isotope, helium-3. This is how we know what they're after. This is open source intelligence. We can see what they're bringing back, but we cannot see the scale of their operations. We don't know how much they're testing. We don't know what infrastructure they're building. We are like a neighbor who sees someone carrying lumber into the house next door. We know they're building something, but we have no idea if it's a new deck or a fortress. One Western military official put it bluntly, we legitimately don't know what China is doing on the other side of the moon. Let that sink in. A potential adversary is establishing a permanent operational presence in a place we cannot observe. They're securing the most valuable resource humanity has ever discovered, and we're in the dark. But the energy market is only half the story. The real terror starts when you realize what helium-3 can do for computing. It unlocks a power that makes our current technology look like a stone tool. To understand the second part of this, we need to talk about a different kind of power. Not the power for your city, but the power to process information. Your phone, your laptop, the most powerful supercomputer on Earth, they all work the same way. They use bits, zeros and ones, on or off. It's a language of simple switches. Quantum computers are different. They use quantum bits, or qubits. A qubit isn't just a 0 or a 1, it can be both at the same time. This is called superposition. Think of it like a coin. A normal computer bit is a coin that is either heads or tails. A qubit is a coin that is still spinning. It's both heads and tails, and every state in between, all at once. This allows quantum computers to solve problems that would take our best supercomputers millions of years, problems like breaking encryption. The entire internet runs on encryption. Your bank details, your private messages, government secrets, military communications, Bitcoin, blockchain. It's all protected by complex mathematical codes that are impossible for classical computers to crack in any reasonable time. For a quantum computer, it's not impossible, it's trivial. A fully operational quantum computer would render every current form of encryption obsolete. It would see every secret, every code. It would be the ultimate intelligence tool, the master key to the digital world. But there's a catch, a big one. Qubits are fragile. Any vibration, stray magnetic field, or passing molecule can collapse their quantum state, a problem called decoherence. To prevent this, quantum computers must operate just above absolute zero. Microsoft recently cooled their system to 80 millikelvin, a staggering achievement. But current cooling methods are hitting limits. Standard helium isn't enough. You need helium-3. Helium-3 is the ultimate refrigerant, capable of reaching the extreme temperatures quantum computers demand. Without it, scaling quantum computing becomes nearly impossible. China is mining helium-3 on the moon, securing the material essential for next-generation quantum machines. If China achieves a steady supply, they can cool quantum systems affordably and reliably, achieving quantum supremacy across computing, communication, and sensing. They could read encrypted data, maintain unbreakable communications, and sense with unprecedented precision. Every secret, diplomatic, military, financial, becomes visible to them. Meanwhile, the rest of the world struggles with 20th century technology. China's strategy, long-term logistics, and infrastructure in space is designed to dominate energy and information markets. The balance of power could shift overnight. The technology alone doesn't win, strategy does. If China secures helium-3 first, global supremacy in the quantum era isn't just likely, it becomes inevitable. How did we let this happen? How did our biggest potential adversary gain a foothold on the moon while we hesitated? Awareness exists in some circles, which is why the US Space Force was created. Its goal? To treat space as a warfighting domain and prevent the next Pearl Harbor from happening in orbit. At first, it faced ridicule. Many saw it as sci-fi, but those who understood the stakes knew it was necessary. The problem is speed and commitment. China enjoys unwavering government support. No election cycles, no budget battles, no short-term thinking. They approach space as a decades-long project. China is building heavy-lift rockets, developing a lunar base with Russia by 2035, and preparing industrial-scale mining. They're building a city while we're still debating plans for a shed. The question is no longer if China will dominate lunar resources, but what happens to the rest of us when they do. We have the technology and capability. What we lack is the will and strategic clarity to act decisively. The dark side of the moon is more than a place. It's a symbol of our blindness. Its energy and computing potential could power the world for millennia. Right now, only one nation is seriously reaching for it. That should terrify you. This race for the moon is part of a larger battle for the future of space. To understand what comes next, you need to see the other side of the coin. Watch our video on what life inside the SpaceX Starship will be like to see the other major players' plan. If you found this breakdown valuable, help us keep making them. Like this video and subscribe for more.